So, for today's sermon, we're going to talk about the qualities of a practitioner versus the qualities of one who doesn't practice. Now, in the Buddha's time, there was these two young men by the name of Upatissa and Kolita. They were two very rich young men. They had a lot of money, they were famous, they had a lot of fun. And so they spent all their time partying. One day, they partied so hard for 7 days that they realized that, you know what? We're getting kind of bored of partying. This is not what we think life is about. So they both decided that they're not happy with what they are now, and they decide to improve. This is the first instance. Then they both decided to go look for a spiritual journey. So they went out and looked for the most famous teacher out there, and they found him. His name was Sanchaya, and they studied under him. They studied hard, they learned everything they could, and they became the best students. They tried their best, and eventually they became the best students. They mastered the entire doctrine taught by Sanchaya. Then they asked Sanchaya, is there anything else that you can teach us? We want to become enlightened. However, we're not enlightened yet we have done everything that you have taught us. Is there anything else? Sanchaya says, no, you've done everything there is to learn. Now I welcome you to become teachers with me. We'll be co-teachers of our group. Here's the difference now. These two young men said, our goal is full enlightenment, full release of suffering. Yet we have not achieved it yet. Yet you tell us that we are achieved everything already. So, should they be happy with what they've done? They decide, no, I'm not happy with just this. So, I will go and try to find a new method. Not disrespecting the old teacher, but if it doesn't work, find a new one. So they both left and went off to find new methods. Well, one of them found the right way. He became a sotapanna, or a stream enterer. He went and told his friend, and they both went back to pay their respects to their teacher. They asked their teacher, teacher, come with us. A Buddha has been born in this world. He is here, he is real, and his teaching really works. Let us all go and be his students so that we can all become fully enlightened in this life. Now here's the difference. Sanchaya said, no, I won't go. Upatissa and Kolita says, don't say that, teacher. Come with us. Do you know how hard it is to have a Buddha be born in the world? It's like winning the lottery 100 times in a row. It's impossible to meet one. We found one. There is one, and we're sure of it. Let's go. Sanchaya says, no, I have been a teacher all my life. I don't even remember the last time I was a student. I can't go become a student. I can't change. I have to be a teacher. And it says, don't say that. Let go of your ego. Come with us. There's nothing better than meeting the Buddha. He says, no, I will stay here. And he gave the very famous last words. He said, are there more stupid people or smart people in this world? And the two answered, of course, there's more foolish people in this world. He says, fine, I will be the teacher of the foolish. Let your Buddha be the teacher of the wise. Now, the reason I tell this story is this. In the example of Kolita and Upatissa, they changed through many different things. In the end, they ended up becoming the Buddha's most famous two disciples, Sariputta and Moggallana. They were the two most famous. And so let's take a look at their behavior. Well, first they started as rich, spoiled young boys. But when they realized that their life wasn't working, they embraced change. They tried to improve themselves, and they went and made themselves better. They were okay with change. Then they met Sanchaya. Same thing. They tried their best to adapt to the new teachings, the new style, and they did their best. But when it didn't work, they embraced change. They were willing to change and look for a new way, even though they don't know what the new way is. But if the old way doesn't work, look for a new one. They didn't give up. And finally, they even came back to say to Sanchaya to teach him and bring him to see the Buddha. But look at the difference between them and Sanchaya. Sanchaya stuck to his old ways. Even when the students said, we want enlightenment, we've done everything you've taught, and he realized that they have, and they haven't achieved enlightenment yet. Yet for Sanchaya, he refused to change. He decided that it's better to stay with a broken formula than to go find a new one for him. He was scared of change. He was scared of improvement. And this is the lesson that we should all take. What happened to Sanchaya in the end? In the end, he lost all of his students. And in the end, he was so depressed and sad, he died on his own. But what happened to Upatissa and Kolita? They moved on. They became fully enlightened monks. They helped lead and teach a religion and help people, thousands and thousands of people in the world. And their legacy is still here to this day. So, to follow the Arya Bukala, or the enlightened ones, what kind of personality do they have? The world is full of change. We're not afraid of it. We move forward and we embrace the change. Change is not scary. Change is necessary. But for people who do not improve, people who do not achieve greatness, why? Because they refuse to accept change. They're afraid of change. So let us take the example of Kolita and Upatissa. When something bad happens, when a problem arises or a situation happens, it's our opportunity to embrace and understand the change. It's our opportunity to improve. And that is the job of a true Buddhist practitioner. We want to stay away from the other personality, which is afraid of change, afraid of improvement, and happy with just what you are. We should always be searching to improve, searching to understand and embrace change.